This video covers a couple of tips to help you solve algebra word problems accurately and in less time. In previous videos, we looked at how we can solve algebraic equations and find missing information. In this video, we're going to look at how we can define algebraic equations using a word problem and how we can find the missing information. Let's start with tip number 1. Look for clues before you define the equation using data from the question. You should always look for clues in the question. Let's have a look at the question below to clarify. The perimeter of a regular triangle is 18 cm. What is the length of each side? The clue in this question is the word regular. Regular triangle means all sides are the same. This means if I'm going to abbreviate the side of each one of the triangle, then each one would have the abbreviation of the letter S. Tip number 2. Define the equation using data from the question. After I found my clue, I need to define my equation. To define my equation, I need to find a word in the question that would help me define my equation. In this question, the word perimeter should help me define my equation. Now I know to find my perimeter, I need to add all sides together. This means perimeter equals to S plus S plus S, which equals 3S. The question clearly stated that the perimeter equals 18 cm. This means 18 equals 3S. To find the value of S, I need to divide both sides by the number 3. This means S equals 6. So the length of each side of my triangle equals 6 cm. It is quite important you check that the answer is sensible. So if S equals to 6, does that mean the perimeter equals to 18? To check that, we need to replace each S by the number 6. So perimeter equals to 6 plus 6 plus 6, which equals 18. So my answer is sensible and correct. What you must know when solving word problems around algebra is that the number of equations you need to define is dependent on the number of missing information in the question. Let's have a look at the question below to clarify. Sam is twice the age of John. How old is Sam if their ages together is 24 years? Remember that when we're solving word problems around algebra, the first thing we need to look for is a clue. And in this particular question, we haven't got any clues. So we need to look at each phrase and convert it into an equation. Let's have a look at the first phrase. Sam is twice the age of John. Using previous videos, you should now know this can be abbreviated to S equals 2J. When we say S equals to 2J, this means I have two missing information. Clearly, the question did not state the age of John or the age of Sam. Two missing information in one equation means I need another equation to solve the first equation. This means whenever we have two missing information, we must have two equations. So we need to look for another phrase that we can convert into an equation. This phrase is if their ages together is 24 years. Now you should know that equals to S plus J equals 24. Now I have two missing information and two equations. This means I should be able to solve my algebraic equations to find the missing information. Tip number 3. Define the required missing number and abbreviate it on the side of the question. Remember that the question is asking for the age of Sam, not for the age of John. This might be confusing during the test, so make sure that you abbreviate Sam by using S. So when you put S equals to the side of the question, you should remember that you're looking for the age of Sam, not the age of John. Now the question is, how can I solve my equations? To solve any equation, you must have just one equation and one missing information. To do so, I need to replace S with 2J in my second equation. This leaves me with 2j plus j equals 24. Now I have one equation and one missing information. 3j equals 24. Using the inverse, I should be able to find that the value of j equals 8. It's a common mistake that students use 8 as an answer to this question. Remember that the question asked for the age of Sam, not John, hence why we abbreviated S to the side of the question. To find the age of Sam, I'm going to use either of the equations. I'm going to use equation 1. This means S equals 2 times j. This also means S equals 2 times 8. So the age of Sam equals 16 years. Now it's very important that you check the answer you have is sensible and correct. When we say that Sam is 16 years old and John is 8 years old, I'm going to use the second equation to check if the answer is correct. 16 plus 8, does that equal to 24? Yes, it does. So my answer is sensible and correct. Now let's have a look at the final question. Question number 3. There are 18 pieces of cakes on the table. If there are only 2 flavors, vanilla or chocolate, and if there are twice as many vanilla cakes as chocolate, then how many vanilla cakes are on the table? The first thing I'm going to do here is to write V equals on the side of the question. This would remind me that the question is asking for the number of vanilla cakes, so I wouldn't get confused with the number of chocolate cakes. We shall start answering this question by looking for a clue. The word only indicates that there are 2 flavors on the table, either vanilla or chocolate. There are no more than those 2 flavors on the table. This means the 18 pieces of cakes is going to be the addition of the vanilla cakes to the chocolate cakes. So if we were to convert the first phrase into an equation, there are 18 pieces of cakes on the table. There are only 2 flavors, vanilla or chocolate. This can be converted to C equals to V plus CH. C stands for cakes, V stands for vanilla cakes, and CH stands for chocolate cakes. The question here clearly stated the number of cakes on the table, which equals 18 pieces, so I can replace C by 18. However, the question did not indicate the number of vanilla cakes or even the chocolate cakes. This means I have 2 missing information. So to answer this question, I need to have 2 equations. So let's find the other equation. From the phrase there are twice as many vanilla cakes as chocolate, we can convert this into another equation. The equation will be V equals to 2CH. Vanilla cakes equal to 2 times chocolate cakes. The phrase twice as many as is explained in more details in the previous videos. If you look for a video that's called What You Must Know About 11 Plus, you'll find more details about this phrase. Going back to our question, we now have 2 equations and 2 missing information. This means we should be able to solve this question and find those 2 missing information. To solve this question, I must have one main equation with one missing information only. To do so, I need to replace V by 2CH. This means 18 equals 2CH plus CH, which also means 18 equals 3CH. To find the value of CH, I need to use the inverse of multiplication, so I need to divide both sides by number 3. This means the number of chocolate cakes I have on the table equals 6. Remember that the question is asking for the number of vanilla cakes. To find this number, I need to use the second equation, V equals 2CH. This means V equals 2 times 6, so the number of vanilla cakes I have on the table equals 12. Finally, I need to check that my answer is correct. So I'm going to use equation number 1 to do so. Well, I know that 12 is less than 18. I also know that 12 plus 6 equals 18, so my answer is correct. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, then click on like so more videos will be created for you and others. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel should you wish to gain access to practical questions or future tips and videos. If you wish to see similar videos of a particular topic, then send me a comment. Or you can click on the next video